Hello everyone, my name is Shamira, aka Mimi. If you are new, welcome to my channel. If you are returning, welcome back. Before we get into anything, I like to get grounded with our four elements, that is earth, air, water, and fire. So today for my fire element, I do have my Palo Santo. You thought I was gonna say sage, didn't you? But I'm not. It's Palo Santo. Palo Santo is more like a licorice type smell. It's a kind of a cedar wood, okay? And it is really great for amplifying the positive energies already around us, and amplifying the positive energy within. Okay, so this is great for cleansing your space, or just I don't know, livening it up. Okay, energetically livening it up. Okay, so I did crack a window. That would be my air element. So I'm gonna light this. And you guys, I've been having a little bit of sinus issues, so I apologize, okay? My apologies for sniffing and, grunting. I'm trying my best. I'm trying to clear it up, okay? And Palo Santo is really great for clearing up sinuses, okay? So yeah, just have this around. Okay, it's a great burner in it. Okay, I'm gonna put it over here. Okay, okay. This is good enough. Yeah, yes. All right. So yes, I cracked the window. We don't want to get too smoky in here. We want to release all our negativity, welcome the positivity in. So it's a good thing to have the window cracked. And it will be a little bit of noise, okay? You might hear, a few cars honk by or my rowdy neighbors. You might hear them, slam the door. But try to bear with me, okay? So my water element, of course, is still my water. Gotta have that water. I try to, you know, drink more than 8 glasses, even though you are told to drink 8 glasses, that's not enough. I would say 3 quarts to a gallon. Yeah, it does a body good. Oh, I got a hiccup. But yeah. So my earth element, of course, is my everyday chakra beads. I don't really have a stone for today because today is a this. Okay, hold on, guys. This earring is like bothering. It keeps sliding down my ear and it's killing me. But today's topic is more of a small story, a little snippet about me, in my life. And as you guys know, I have opened up my spiritual shop, my FB shop, Heavenly by Goddess B. And I haven't really went into detail about, my spiritual journey and why I decided to walk the path that I'm walking right now. Um, Well, I actually started my spiritual journey. It's it started in 2012. You know, um, it came out of nowhere. I'll say about 4.5 years in my very first relationship, and that relationship for some reason was the catalyst to my healing. Um, when I grew up, I grew up with just a mother and my grandmother. Um, I had 6 siblings. I had three older, no, I won't say three older, five older. Okay, I had two brothers, three older sisters, and then it was me and my little sister. And so my mother wasn't always, she couldn't always tend to us one on one. She raised us by herself, along with my grandmother. So our father wasn't around. So in some way, and I'm not just, blaming my mother and things like that, but circumstances happen, we were younger. And I feel like we really didn't get the um individual attention that I felt like we needed, growing up. of course, you have to forgive your parents for things like that because she was a single mother, she couldn't do it on her own. So she never really talked about dating and relationships. It was one of those, and sex. That was one of those taboo topics that we just do not talk about in the house. So, growing up, I was never shown a proper way, or what to expect from. Just a second, you guys. My neighbors are. Yeah, it's a little rowdy. Okay. So, like I said, growing up, they weren't topics that we were, supposed to talk about. They were like no nos. And like I said, my mother, I don't know. My mother, my grandmother just, I guess they wanted to protect us. It's another distraction. I'm gonna wait till the siren go past, okay? Okay. So because of that, we weren't properly shown what to expect out of a man growing up, with how dating and courting is supposed to look. So fast forward, because I don't want to draw this out, and I do want to make my point. I do want to open you guys up to see and understand um, why I'm where I'm at right now. Okay, so fast forward, I started dating my very first boyfriend, and the puppy love type of boyfriend. I was 18. I think he was like a 21. So, and I met him at my first job. And the first year was great. He took me on a few dates, and most of those dates were like, pretty much local places, not like really dates, but of course, he was my very first boyfriend, so that means he was my first. Um, and a lot of people don't know this, no one but my immediate family and my really, really close friends. But and I thought it was love, my very first boyfriend. I didn't know any better. I didn't know anything about dating, about men, about what to expect. So second, third year in, the relationship, the dynamic of the relationship started to change. So it went from sweet puppy love to I love yous to a freaking nightmare. The things that I used to love about him, I realized that it just wasn't real. Um, that relationship was a really, everything was done in secret, okay? So during the time, my family didn't know what I was going through, and I was just dealing with it. I was young, still trying to find myself. I just graduated from high school, still trying to figure out what I wanted to do with my life, where I wanted to push my career. So I'm working different jobs, different fields, trying to figure out what I want at the same time dealing with something like that. That relationship was really verbally and mentally abusive. Um, the more I think about it and his behavior and the way everything went down, the ending of it, um, he was a narcissist. He was like a sure enough narcissist. Um, and it was crazy because no one believed me when I told them the things he used to do to me. He used to, body shame me, put me down. I mean, like, do some really foul things to me. And I'm like, what the hell? If relationships are going to be like this, I'm never going to date anyone again. But of course, I went on to dating, but for some reason, like I said, I don't know what it was, but I don't even know what made me, choose him. I don't to even I don't even know why I even put up with it, but I guess I was too young and dumb to see what things, the situation for what it was for. It was just a sex thing. It was something new and exciting. I just delved into it head on. So I can take responsibility for my part, playing my part in it because at the end of the day, no one is a victim of their circumstances, okay? And it was a great learning lesson. It was definitely a learning lesson of what I don't want and don't need. So when the relationship ended back in 2000, I'll say 14, it was 2014. Um, I was devastated because by then I was so destroyed, you know. I was so mentally and emotionally and physically destroyed. And mind you, growing up, I always felt like, I didn't have enough attention, enough love, and I wasn't shown what to expect out of a relationship, the proper way of dating and courting and the proper way to be loved, I didn't understand my own love language. So I guess I feel like I just delved into it because it was, like I said, it was something new, something exciting. And he was giving me attention at the time. Until everything changed, it was a complete nightmare. So it definitely did a number on me. It kind of, that was the first circumstance, okay, that kind of got me to close up. So, I'm 20 something years old. I'm still trying to figure myself out. Like I said, I'm going bouncing from career field to career field, trying to figure out what I want, what I need. At the same time, trying to keep myself, grounded and collected and show my strength, because even though we grew up the way we grew up, our mother raised us to be independent children, humans, adults. So, I don't know. And I felt like we weren't given I don't know. This is my experience. It's probably my sisters and brothers' experience. This is mine. But I was a pressure was put on me to be a certain way, to act a certain way, to be a certain way. And back then, I felt like if I would ever told my family the real truth behind that relationship and what was going on at that time. Of course, I told them now because I'm out of that relationship. I can actually talk about it. It's been what 6, 7 years, but back then I felt like I couldn't come to anyone. I couldn't tell them, because they wouldn't understand, and because I was viewed to be a certain way, like, well, how you put up with that, you know, for so long? Why didn't you say anything? Just beat his ass. Back then, I'm not gonna lie, I was surrounded by a lot of people who used to project their hurts and stuff on me, and would try to convince me that I should behave a certain way because that's what they would do in that situation. And I really had to learn that not to take certain people's advice because the way they handle things is not the way I should handle things because we are two different people, um, two different, thought processes, two different paths in life. So what works for you is not going to work for me because if I go to jail, I ain't good for jail. So I can't be putting my hands on people doing some crazy illegal things. You might get away with it, but I know I'm not going to get away with it because I'm telling you, I know me. I know my dark side. I know if I was, and back then I used to have a temper. Oh my goodness, you couldn't tell me anything back then. Oof. But now, like I said, I've learned. I've learned how to control that. I've learned who I am. I learned what triggers me. Okay, I know what I have to still work on because, like I said, life is a process. It's not something you just get to and just master just like that. No, it's ongoing. Okay, so on top of that, let me fast forward. Um, I'm getting over that breakup. And another mistake that I did make was not talk to my family, my close friends about it. That was the first mistake. I isolated myself because I thought it was the only way I could deal with it. And it was it was really, really, really emotionally difficult. I mean, it was days when I was absolutely depressed. I would throw myself into work. I mean, go through bottles of wine, try to calm my mind. I went to sleep every night, sometimes just crying because dealing with that relationship, you know, I used to have flashbacks of the time that, when I was being abused. And not a lot of people are comfortable talking about those things because they look at it like, oh, okay, if I tell somebody this, they're gonna think I'm weak. But no, no, no. It's okay to talk about your experience. Um, As long as you recognize the abuse, and you recognize, um, you know, ways to get out of that abuse. There's nothing to be ashamed of, because it totally was not my fault. I just got into something with the wrong person, and it was a lesson that I feel like I really needed to learn, because it's just, it made me stronger. Okay, so fast forward, I'm still in the process of healing, and I have from him to like situationship flings, whatever you want to call it. I went through several of those. Trying to um basically medicate myself, basically trying to make myself feel better. So instead of tending to me, after a while it got really hard, because like I'm still isolating myself. I'm still not sharing. I'm still not getting the help that I need. I'm still not comfortable telling my story. So I, like I said, happened to things that I know I shouldn't have happened to, Um, several flings. Those didn't work out. They crashed and burned. And I delved into my next relationship with a person that was in my friend zone, which I feel like I've never should have, unfriended his ass. Once you're in the friend zone, you're staying there because it's the reason why you're there. And I definitely had to learn that hard lesson. So, I ran to him as a rebound, and that didn't quite work out. And yeah, and one thing led to another, and next thing I'm pregnant with my son. So, as I'm still going through this healing journey, I'm trying to heal pieces and parts of myself. Um, my son's father was that was my second relationship. That was the rebound. That was the one I took out of the friend zone. But yeah, I definitely learned my lesson with that one. That didn't turn out the best, because we just were two different people from two different backgrounds, and who I became after my first relationship was not the person that I was proud of. Is not the person that I should have been. I was so hurt, so damaged, so broken. Um, and he was also so damaged and broken. We were just two broken pieces. Two broken pieces are not going to make a whole. Um, During my pregnancy, I went through a really, 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 really deep depression, and I'm not gonna lie, my son was the only thing that kept me going. Because if it wasn't for him, I don't know. Who knows where I would have been? Who knows what my life would have been like? I probably would have still been hurting and going through what I was going through, okay? So, yeah, I went through a really, really deep depression. I went through my whole pregnancy by myself. And I had the opportunity to have people to around me to, get that comfort from, get that just get that reassurance that everything is going to be okay. But still, I chose to isolate myself. So after I had my son, I went into a postpartum depression. And you know what? Because I've been hurt so much, and because I felt like I was never heard and I was never seen growing up, I developed that damaged me. And I developed a defense mechanism. But when I'm really, really hurt and I'm really down on my luck and on myself, I isolate myself, you know? Um, and looking back at it now, I know for a fact that is not the best thing, okay? That is not the best feeling. And and I actually felt guilty if I was to actually tell anyone what's going on. If I told them, I felt like I was, you know, bringing them down. I felt like I was, burdening them with my problems and with what I was going through. And I've learned to just hide my pain. And I'll say a few years ago, back in 2018, I think when I really realized that what I was doing was not helping, but just making everything worse. And I really had to change myself. I spent days, months, weeks, I mean, basically years crying my eyes out, crying my heart out, pleading to God for a better way, for, you know, for relief. Mommy, yes. My tooth hurt. Okay. You bit of popcorn? Yeah. Can you drink some water? Okay, baby. I'm almost there. Yeah, so it was really, really hard. Okay? Believe me. I've cried, I've yelled, I've shouted, I've pushed people away. Like I said, that was my defense mechanism. So, anyone looking at this video right now, and if you ever try to come to me and help me or get to know me, and I've like, most of the time I was really trying to protect myself. It's nothing personal. And, most of the time when people are going through something personal and they push you away, you cannot personalize that. You cannot take it to heart, because the way they deal with things, their defense mechanism, their walls, their barriers that they put up are just there to protect them. It's a process. Let them work through their own process. It might take a while. All right. So I really had to put a stop to it. And after a while I was getting more into, prayer. I was getting more into, just trying to find my purpose in life. I wanted to focus on something else but the pain. Um, I prayed for it. I prayed to have a distraction. No, thank you, baby. Just drink it. Okay, I'm almost done, right? Yeah, you can drink all of it. We go buy some more. Yes, can I buy some later? Some more cherry juice. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. And some more. He just wanted some attention. And you know what? And I think, honestly, I think that's the reason why I show Lonnie so much attention, because, I give him when I don't have. And every bit of love I have, I do try to just give it to myself first, because I think that is the biggest reason why I went through all the harsh lessons that I've been through. Looking for love in all the wrong places. And to till this day, I might not have the perfect love story, the perfect life, but I have come so far. So like I said, I prayed. I prayed for clarity. I prayed for just peace, inner peace. And I was willing to let go of fake friendships. I was willing to let go of people who didn't mean me no good, as long as I just didn't feel any more pain. So yeah, yeah. I started reading more, books, reading about things that I was interested in, delving into projects and activities that I used to be interested in, but I stopped because of those relationships, what they did to me. They put me on hold. They really, really hurt me. And I was so stuck in that pain, I forgot who I was. I forgot who I was outside of all of that pain, out of all of that, those negative experiences. Um, I really started dealing with, it really got me to open my mind to um, different methods, of relief, because I knew if I didn't want to turn to drugs, I didn't want to turn to drinking, because it was only gonna, you know, mess up everything. And I had another little human being counting on me. I can't do that to him, because I've seen uh, people who are products of um, their parents' pain, their parents, they or their caregivers turn to uh, self neglect, self abuse, and somehow the child has to pay for it, and they grow up carrying the burdens of their parents and their caregivers to be, um, little malicious adults. So it's a cycle. At some point you have to break the cycle, and I'm thinking to myself, like, I cannot have a little human being dependent on me. I know the way I grew up, and I knew what I was missing. I knew, you know, the reasons why I've experienced the things that I've experienced, and I'd be damned if I'm gonna allow my son to go through that, because I can't pull myself together. So, you know, I delved into, like I said, the spiritual path. I delved into praying more, meditating more, understanding humans, understanding humanity, understanding life, understanding that there is more to this life than what we see. Um, Yeah. So yes, I started reading more into spirituality, um, energies and metaphysical things like that. I was always interested in science and all those other things that make the world tick, things that make the human mind tick. Um, and like the further I delved into it, the less pain I felt. Okay, so I don't know. Now I'm just here. I'm just here, and I feel like I do understand that we as humans, as people, we are energy beings. You know, it's different layers to us. Okay, um, different phases of our lives that we have to, um, that we have to go through in order to learn. We're here to learn, and our job is to also help each other. Why not? So I know somewhere out there, there's a woman and even a man that this story is going to reach, is going to touch, and it's going to, just going to, they're going to gain some type of relief, some type of relief that they're not alone and they're not the only person who went through this and who went through that. And if I can help someone, if I can assist someone in any way, why not? I'm here to help because I understand how it feels to be isolated, to be alone, to feel like no one can possibly understand what you're going through or what you've been through. Believe me, there are people out there who understand. They understand, okay? So yeah, yeah. So yeah. And you know what? My spiritual journey, this is not the end of it. It's an ongoing thing. I'm still learning, I'm still building, I'm still going through it. So yeah, and I decided if these things can help me, maybe they can help someone else. So I opened my shops, the spiritual shop, Heavenly by Goddess B, because we are part of a higher being. We're a reflection of that higher being. Okay, we all possess within us our God-like and goddess power. Okay, so we're able to alchemize, and create our own reality based on our thoughts, on our behaviors, learn behaviors, habits, and things like that. That's why it's important that you uh, stay present, stay grounded, stay positive, because the more positivity you put out, the more positivity comes back, okay? The more negativity you put out, the more negative experiences you will have. Um, Oh my goodness, you guys, there's so much more that I want to tell you, and I will get that chance to tell you. But yeah, that was a snippet of my story of when I started my spiritual journey and why. Okay. So yeah, this stuff really got me through a lot of tough times. And get down, sugar. Hi, mommy. Just a moment, you guys. Sorry about that, you guys. So yeah, that was one of my stories. I have plenty more to tell. But yeah, I just really wanted to you guys to know who I am in my core. Okay? Um I once had a wise lady, an older wise woman tell me that never never gain respect and love from just looks, because beauty will fade. If you're going to get someone to fall in love with you, get someone to fall in love with your heart, with your soul, and with your mind. And I feel like I have lived a life so far where I've been restricted, when it comes to, um, putting myself out there, showing the world who I am. I've been restricted for so long, um, by other people who were hurting and didn't know who they were. I've been restricted so long. And I'm at a point in my life where I'm ready to show my love language to the world. I'm ready to receive everything that I know I've put out, you know? Um, so yeah, yeah. I want to shower you guys. I want to shower the world with my mind, with my heart, with my soul, okay? Because I feel like there's a lot of people out there who need it. And I'm not perfect, you know? I'm not perfect, okay? Um, you're not perfect. No one's perfect, all right? We're imperfectly perfect, okay? All here to help each other and just, I don't know, make everything better. You know, it's a lot of work to be done, but hey, let's get to it. Yeah, yeah. So you guys, you know, I don't want to leave it here, you know, because I really, this is a really intimate moment for me, you know. Um, Not a lot of people. Yes, baby. I see it. Put it back, okay? Can you put it back? I'm almost done. All right. You know, a lot of people are a little hesitant, you know, with opening up to people, and I do understand. But I mean, personally, I'm really I'm really at a point in my life like I'm not afraid anymore. You know, I'm ready to show the world who Shamira is. I'm ready to show the world who I am, you know, deep down inside. I'm ready to receive all my blessings, you know, um, and I'm ready to share my blessings, you know. I'm ready to be that blessing. I'm ready to walk that path, you know, to help others. Okay? Like others in some way help me because I'm not going to lie. Even though I went through half the bad experiences and negative experiences I went through, I can say that I've learned so many lessons that I felt like I would have never learned if I never actually experienced it. Because me asking a question, you know, asking you know certain knowledge, like, hey, what is this? You know, compared to actually doing it, participating in it to actually learn, it's two different things. You know, the best lessons, I'm not gonna lie, the best lessons are learned through through heartache and pain. Even though, you know, we all would not like it to feel that way or be that way, but that's the reality of it, you know. You tell me right now if you learned a really valuable lesson, you know, because you wanted to. Because you were like, no, that's the wrong question, you know. Um Most people will tell you, I'm telling you right now, their biggest lessons about themselves, they definitely learned it from heartache. Okay, look at all the heartbreak songs, all those songs, love songs about heartache and pain. You know, they're the best songs. So believe me, we're all going through it in some way. Okay, some phase of our lives. So don't act like you ain't going through it. You went through it before. I know you did. Okay, but yeah, yeah. So thank you guys for listening. If you guys stayed as long as, you know, this video. Um, yeah, that's my spiritual journey. That's part of my spiritual journey. Um, thank you for understanding and um, listening, you know, for connecting with me. Okay. Yeah. So if you like to share this video with someone, you know, who can probably uh you know, find who finds it useful, who can, you know, take something from this and apply it to their own life. Share it, you know. What's the harm in sharing something? We're all here to help each other. So yeah. So thank you guys for watching. Um, Share if you want, like, you know, comment, okay? But just you guys have a beautiful, beautiful blessed day, okay? Until next time. Mwah. Bye.